Hey everyone, it's Storm here and welcome back to Forza, and today we're going to be driving a bunch of muscle cars. Some old, some new, starting out with Bumblebee here, the Camaro. A-classes are pretty good. A-classes are slow, they're no supercar, but they're fast enough that you can actually enjoy it. Once you start getting into like B, C class, it's so painstakingly slow. I hate these cars where you just keep pushing them. You keep running into the back of them because they brake sooner than you do, and then you just end up pushing them, and then they get ahead of you when you should be getting ahead of them because they're slower, and it's so annoying. Hey, it's the 24. Napa Auto Parts. It's a wannabe Jeff Gordon. My grandparents actually used to own a Napa Auto Parts store. They owned one for 25 years, and there was one day that I was dusting around the store because, you know, little kid wanting to help out their grandparents wherever. And I was up on the second floor with all the parts, dusting, and I looked over on the roof and was like, oh, that is super dusty over there. I got 1 foot off of where the main floor was, and I punched a hole through the roof. I almost fell through the roof to the first floor. I almost died that day. Well, not died, but, you know, I almost broke a leg or something. It was crazy. So there's just piece of tile still there in that shop all these years later with just a little hole in the roof. I can't believe Philip took it from me last second. Dang. Dude, Philip, when did you get good at driving? It's so mean. We've been driving quite a bit together in races, and it seems like every single race he misses a checkpoint or he spins out, crashes, just something. Every single race, something happens to make him be like in last or middle of the pack or something. Camaro, my opinion, good car. Probably a good car to upgrade. Let's throw in some old school muscle in there. Some classics, like the 1960s Corvette. This thing is so 50s and 60s looking. And it's also kind of just McQueen because, you know, the side here, I'm pointing on my monitor with my finger. You can't see that, but the swoosh, the swoosh right there, the white swoosh, that's what McQueen had Ramon do when he got the super fancy paint job makeover, whatever, for the heyday thing, you know? Also, I think Agent Coulson from S.H.I.E.L.D. and Avengers, he has one of these, except the tires, they fold out and it hovers, which is super awesome. Speaking of McQueen and black walls, they blend in with the pavement, but these white wall tires, they say, look at me, here I am, love me. Did I nail that quote after so many years? Dang. White walls, they were a thing because rubber is actually white. People started making synthetic rubber, which is black, to replace regular rubber because white rubber was coming off super easily on the road and in the heat. It would just melt so easily, and synthetic rubber was a lot cheaper to make, and it gripped a lot better and didn't melt to the road as easily. But they started out replacing just the tread of the tire with synthetic, and they left the walls of the tire as actual rubber. So the walls were still real rubber, which was white, and that's how white walls came along. It was that mix between real rubber and synthetic. So there's a history lesson for you. It's such a nice ocean view. It's so nice. Feels like I'm back at the coast of Oregon. Give them the good old draft and pass. Yeah. We're in the dirt. I don't recommend that. But hey, guess what? We're in first now. This road here, this stretch is really fun in a super fast car. Something like a GT Le Mans is insane around these corners because most cars, you'd have to brake for it. The Le Mans, you don't even have to take your foot off the gas. It's so freaking fast. Now this, you don't have to take your foot off the gas because it's so slow. No one even in sight. Easy win. That car's pretty good for its class. This next race, we're gonna take the VIPER. So the VIPER, it's a front engine that Shelby actually helped build. And these things, they make pretty dang good drift cars because they're so heavy in the front and you can get a lot of power out of them and rear wheel drive. It is catching up to its other Dodge friends. Coming up on a corner, we're gonna pass this Corvette here pretty soon. Oh crap. Oh, over the dam and by the sailboats, we are in first place. Going up for the mountain. The hill climb, here we come. We got 2 guys on our tail. Nope, no passing, no passing, no passing. Major brakes, holy cow. Oh, see, drifting. You see? It can correct itself because all the weight's in the front. And they are right there on my tail. Oh, geez, they're right there. They're right there. Oh, trying to pass me there at the last second. No, you don't. Let's just take a moment to appreciate the Dodge Viper. Also, it's side exit exhaust. That's pretty cool, too. Next up, the 67 Corvette. Let's hop this guardrail. Oh my goodness, we went into the rocks. By golly, she doing it for us. And we're getting 68 miles an hour. Dude, we're smashing records today with the 1 star. Don't you love the good old dashes and the giant steering wheels? And that the RPM, it counts in 10s, not 1s. Instead of times 1,000, it's times 100. Now we're gonna take out the 70s Corvette. It has a little bit similar styling, but also the fenders seem to like bulge a lot more than the other one. There's a nice little serpentine area that is really good for drifting, but also on the other side of this wall, look at that view. You see the mountain, the city, Yarra Valley Festival site, the lake in front of us, and the outback. That might be the airport. I think that's the airport, like right above my mouse. Dang. That's such a nice view. It's views on views. There's so many dirt roads in this game that no one ever drives. And the thing that I think stupid about the whole thing is that they have all these off-road races, and instead of using the dirt roads throughout the map, which are really good roads that you never go on, so you don't even know that they're there or how to drive them or anything, you don't know that these great roads exist, and then they don't even utilize them. They just cut right through the forest for the off-road races. It's like, but you have all these dirt roads that would make perfect off-road races. Doesn't make a whole lot of sense. Gotta build up speed because we're jumping this bad boy. Come on, get some more speed. Get speed. There we go. And 90 miles an hour. Oh man. Oh geez. If you had rest in peace, car. If we had just a little bit more speed, we could have missed that road and gone way farther. Well, we made it down to the lake. Do you get Oh, that's a deep lake. That's gonna do it for this one. So if you liked it, share with a friend. And if you want to see more like this, hit subscribe. So thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.